Hello, bestie. It's Sukoko, your divine oracle. How are you? I hope you're doing so good. Let's call in the angels, the deities of the light, and all that call us to our higher good. All right. Let's start off by pulling a animal spirit card. All right. Ooh, that one's calling out to me. All right. So what you're getting from the animal spirit world is the Whooper Swan. The message is to love fiercely. So swans have a very, very strong association with love and romance. When two swans are like in love, they like their necks make a heart shape. But the message with this deck of the swans is also one of love that transcends. Love that transcends even death. In a lot of cultures, swans are seen as messengers of the undead, where when it becomes cold in the winter months, they fly north. And the north has been associated with the realm of the dead. And when they fly back during the spring, there are some cultures that believe that they carry the messages of those that we have loved that have departed with them. And some people have even believed that the swan is able to embody those messages, and they've even seen their loved ones, their silhouette, but it's actually just a gigantic swan. But I mean, take it as you will. So there's a message of love for some of you, for some of the collective, that does mean that your, swans mate for life. Your person could be on the horizon with the changing of the season. I'm seeing with the thaw of winter and entering of spring. This is a timeless message, so take it as however, but like, if you're watching it real time, we're in spring, about to be summer, but it just feels as if with the arrival of the heat, there's a passion. There's something moving towards you. There's someone moving towards you with intention. And it's almost as if there's an energy here of like divine intervention where it's like you have been on your journey, they've been on their journey, and finally it is time for you two to collide. And there's something coming through here of like wondering why previous relationships never worked out. There's something here about like why have I never been picked? Or like, why do the people I like don't like me back? There's an energy here of like, you have been kept like unassuming. Like, it's been for your protection to not be in these very karmic or detrimental relationships. The reason why things haven't worked out in the past or no one could have loved you correctly for you, right? We all have ways that we want to be loved and also the ways we love. It feels as if there's an energy of like very like enmeshing of like it doesn't feel like hard work. Like relationships are work, but it just feels like you two are so compatible. That's what's coming forward. I also want to pull a moon message. I mean, maybe one or two. We'll see. We'll see what the cards, prescribe. But yeah, it feels like I'm also just feeling like very like night, dawn, sunset energy. It just feels as if the full moon could be something like the changing of the lunar cycle. New moon, full moon, like mark your calendars. Who knows? Maybe there's an important event coming up. Yeah, we got one card. Every journey begins with a first small step. Honestly, it does feel like you have love coming in. With these two cards right here together, we're getting the Whooper Swan to love fiercely, mate for life. And also this, like, every journey begins with first small steps. I mean, how the journey of a new relationship coming through. So, for my collective watching, this is a love message coming through. All right. I'm going to just do a quick shuffle. We're getting the Four of Pentacles and the High Priestess. there's something about your intuition and like what it is you are choosing is valuable. Your freedom is like the most important thing to you, but it's like, what is it that allows you to have that? And also, like, I'm not thinking about like compromises, but it's very much like there's a synchronicity energy happening, which is like it transcends the physical plane of somebody coming in of a force of nature. But it's almost like you and them combining to be something greater. Like I just imagine like two like red water and blue water, and you combine them and it becomes purple. It's like there is a combination, like you two are formidable. You're formidable and the person coming in is formidable. But what you make is going to be something so new, and it doesn't feel like it trespasses on your autonomy. Show me what I need to see. What are the messages coming forward? I'm just going to pick 2 cards. We'll see. Oh. All right. No, yeah. And at the bottom of the deck, we're getting the Empress. We're getting the Empress. We're getting the energy of you nurturing what it is you need to nurture. That you're in your season of bounty. That it just feels as if like you're very capable of taking care and loving yourself. And that is what brings this person about. That's what's calling them in. Oh my gosh. This is so crazy because I do feel like this is a journey. So we start at the 8 of Swords, feeling trapped and in isolation. And again, yeah, there's a cage here. And look, there's 2 snakes and they are mating, these 2 snakes. So it just feels as if you've broken free of the bind. I'm seeing the image of like the Devil card of almost like you may have felt chained by your carnal emotions, your carnal pleasures, that you felt chained or bound by certain desires. Sorry, there's a little thing floating here. Your desires. And finally, you're moving away from that. And the moment I'm feeling an energy of just like rushing and like, I don't know why. It's almost like this energy of like rushing to find a partner. Or you know what I mean? Like, oh, I like this deep desire, and it's just like it always falls flat because it's like, you know, like when you're dating somebody and like when they're just so, I don't know, it just turns you off. That energy of like, when you know somebody wants something really badly, you're just like, oh, okay. Like I have more experience on this side of the coin than actively pursuing. But anyways, there's just this energy of like, oh, when you know somebody wants something so badly, and it's just like, that was the energy you may have been in, of like wanting something so badly, and then just being of like, why not? Like, why isn't it happening for me? That is being left behind. You've freed yourself and you've uncaged yourself. This was a huge burden, a huge undertaking. And it's like, this has been a journey that you have gone on and made so much progress in. With the 9 of Wands, it's like, this is like, you started here and you had to climb the mountain. You started at night and it's like you had been fumbling your way through your path, but you were able to find your own power. That you were able, with the Magician, to see your kingdom, your resources, to be the master of everything, and be able to see what is to your benefit and to your detriment. This is so crazy. I just had like deja vu right now. Okay. You're getting the 8 of Pentacles too. This has been hard work. This has been a long journey, but ultimately this leads to the 10 of Pentacles, to harmony, to balance, to a energy of like dream come true, of the goal. It's very funny because you're just like, when you don't really care about like, oh, I need to find a part, I need to be in love. It's like, that's when it shows up. You being like self-centered, you being very self-serving and like making sure you are filling your cup. That is what brings this person in, because they just feel this very luxurious energy that you're giving off of like, take it or leave it. But also this energy of like, if you're coming into my life, you're going to need to add value. I'm not going to take care of you. I'm not going to cater to every single one of your whims. You got to prove yourself to me, to like, why are you here? Like, there's something about like, I can do bad on my own. And that's like, that might just be my energy, because that's how I feel a lot of the time. If like somebody's coming in and they wanted to be like, oh, you want to go out? It's like I can do bad by myself. Like, what do you bring to the table? Honey, I know I'm a good time. Like, that's kind of it. Like, that's the energy that you're giving off of, like, you enjoy your own company. You enjoy what you do. And it's like, you enjoy your presence. And, like, you're in seduction, but with yourself. Of, like, not being afraid to indulge in those things that you once felt, oh, I'm gonna wait till I have a partner. I'm gonna wait till I'm in a relationship to do this, to do that, to, you know, this, that, and the third. The Emperor and the... On the cut, we're getting the Emperor and the Empress. How freaking crazy. You are getting, so my divine masculine, feminine, non-binaries, your counterpart, right? So my divine feminine, your Emperor is coming. My divine masculine, your Empress is coming. For my non-binary folks out there, your royal, you know, someone to match that royal energy you have. So, and also, this is like, totally, like, this reading is for everybody. It doesn't matter your gender, your orientation, whatever you're attracted to. You're calling it in, but without even, like, aware. You know, like, it just feels like this energy of, like, I'm hearing soulmate, but it just feels like mirror image, or, like, your true companion. Of, like, an energy here of you, like, writing a list of everything you want in a person and then blowing it out of the water. So, all right, let me get some cards going. I really want to tap in to your energy because I'm nosy. And this is what's going to be correlating to what's happening. And if we need to pull more cards, I'm more than happy to. This is the one I'm going to come out to. All right, so the energy, okay. Wow, okay. You're getting the Fool and the King of Swords. And this is one, it's like, it's funny because this isn't like, I don't feel like traditional Fool energy. It's almost as if you are very coy right now and you don't give off, or you don't like, if there's an energy here of if somebody wants to think you're ditzy, you let them, because you want to have the upper hand. If they think lower of you, or if they don't think you're that smart, well, honey, they're going to be shocked when they find out what you've been thinking and the plan you've been concocting. And there is a real energy, and it's like your innocence, but also your playfulness. There's, like, look at this Fool. And look at this Fool. Like, I forget what this card, like this Neopet. I'm using the Neopet deck because, honey, I was called to. But I forget what this Neopet is, but he's just like, you know, he's a silly little guy, but like, it takes knowledge to juggle. And also in like, this is so funny because like the only person who could make fun of the king was the jester. And like, the jester had to be smart, but everybody thought he was a fool. But in order to, like, humor and comedy are a sign of intelligence. And you're actually, by underplaying your, like, you do not need to tell everybody you're the smartest person in the room. The other smarty pants will just know it. And I think that's the energy here of, like, you're going to be recognized by royalty, like spiritually royalty, maybe even royalty. But they're going to see the spiritual crown on your head by the way you make yourself the fool. I'm not talking about making yourself foolish. It's that you do not allow others' interpretations, impressions, or any of that mess to impact you or influence you. And it's very much like, terrible example, she has had a redemption arc. I'm thinking of like Trisha Paytas, for those of you who know, where she like calls herself a huge troll and she plays dumb. And when people would come to her with controversies, oh, what? Like that kind of energy. Like I know she's having a, like motherhood has changed her. Hopefully, let's pray. But there's an energy here of you playing the part. Like Paris Hilton, who's an absolute genius, like would play dumb because when people like she didn't want to mop. She'd be like, I've never mopped in my life, even though I just saw that documentary where she was in like that they kidnapped her in the middle of the night and sent her out into the desert. I used to watch a TV show, it's called like Brat Camp, and that's exactly what they did. And I'm like shocked that Paris Hilton experienced. Like they literally took them to the Arizona desert. Like, let me explain it. They would like take problematic kids. It could be anything from like behavioral problems. The parents would sign them up for this thing, and they would like, the trainers would come in the middle of the night, grab the kids from their home, and with all the parents' consent. And then the kids would be like drug off in the middle of the night. And then they're like, okay, great, like to the facility, flown off to Arizona. And then when they get to their location, it's like, you're in the middle of the desert. If you try to run, you're gonna like die from exposure from the elements, or you're gonna stay with us and we're gonna build up your character. And they would have to like every single day hiking for miles, making their own food, making fire from scratch, digging their own toilets. What was the point of what I was saying? It's playing dumb. Paris Hilton played dumb, so she experienced that. And then when she was on I Loved the Simple Life, they would be like, oh, Paris, like, what's Walmart? Girl knew. Everybody that was in the program with Paris was like, girl, we were mopping and we were doing all that. We know how to make fire with our own hands. But she'd be, oh, me? I don't know. There's a energy here of, like, not showing your hand, but being playful. And like, oh, really? But like, there's almost like, you know, when you're with your like bestie when we together and we give each other the signal, and it's like, you know what I mean? And words do not need to be said. That's the energy. You're going to be like, there's an energy of being recognized for the playfulness of like you making a complete idiot out of somebody, and they're completely unaware, but somebody is like, so you know what I mean? Like a mutual enemy is just like, I hate this person. I see what you're doing. That's hilarious. There's an energy there. But like your wit, your charm, your goofiness, your playfulness, and playfulness is very coming through very strongly, is what is going to almost like recognize like your strength of wit, your strength of mental fortitude. The World and 8 of Cups. And I do want to get a clarification. This is so interesting. The World and the 8 of Cups. But I do feel like the things you wanted have changed. You know what? I don't need to fill any more cards. That makes perfect sense. You thought the world of like, there's an energy here of just like, you know, like when you're younger, you're like, by the time I'm 25 years old, I'm going to be married and have a kid, blah, 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 whatever, right? And then you get to 25 and you're like, my goals and my dreams are completely, if I had gotten that, I would be miserable because the dreams and the goals I have now are so different. And it is a pouring out and a cleanse, I almost bit my tongue, a cleansing ritual. You feeling like, and getting space and distance. There could have been travel involved, but there's been a change in your perspective from where you were the last time these feelings of relationship and like love are coming up. There's been a huge shift within you, and you're so much more concerned about me, myself, and I. Like you are so much more concerned about like, rather than, oh, that person's so cute, how can I get them to like me? And it's like, do I even like them? I don't know you. I will allow you to have some of my time to suss out if you're somebody I want to spend time with. But understand and know, if I do not like you, I'm not spending any more time with you. I'm leaving. That is the energy that's coming through here. And it's like pouring out. You are so emotionally uninvested in doing anybody else's song and dance. It's like, yikes. I'm going to be very vague. Oh my God. This is so embarrassing. Like, why? Okay, I'm being called by spirit to share this. A friend of a friend. It definitely wasn't me. I would have never gone on a date with a person like this. It's like an energy of, so I went on a date one time. This guy would be like, oh, super braggy and like, oh, yeah, bragging about himself the whole time and being like, oh, you're lucky to be out with me and da da da. Oh, like and telling me, my friend, the pretty much like, okay, this is my list of what I want my partner to be, and you are the physical. I like what I see, but you just got to be like this. And it's like there was no attempt being made of getting to know me to be like, okay, do I like you as a person? Like, no. I enjoy the physical appearance, and let's just go with fitting this list of things I have. You would get up and walk out. But there's the pouring out of, like, yeah, needing to be in somebody's song and dance. So, having the self-respect to just be like, oh, okay, well, I'm checked out. So, let's get into the third energy we're coming through here. 10 of Wands on the Page of Pentacles. This is very interesting and this is very funny. There's been a long night of the soul, of you having to take stock of what is actually important to you, of who you truly are, the burdens that you are willing to carry. And then from that, it's almost like you've sprouted a new garden and you've decided, like, what's new? Like, what do I want to embrace? What do I want to go after? What do I want to be obsessed with? Like, I do feel there's been a major shifting energy. That's so crazy because she's wearing hearts on her sleeve. I do not pick up the energy that you're somebody who's cynical about love. It's very much like, if it finds me, great, but they have to be the person for me. But you're somebody who, like, is so authentically you. I think the danger in this reading is, like, letting you know this, but not allowing it to really affect the way you move and behave. Like, if you see somebody attractive, there could be a temptation to go into your, like, previous ways of, like, oh, what can I do to make them like me? But you know what? I kind of got a pit in my stomach from that. You know better now that you're just going to be like, oh, I'm the decider, instead of, oh, do you think they like me? It's like, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? It's not from an arrogant point of view. It's like, do we even mesh? Are we even compatible? Let's decide, do I even like you before I worry about, like, any of the other stuff? Do you like me? That's not the question. But there's an energy of you being, like, in your own world, in your own business, and, like, having your own autonomy, your own, like, life and your own goals, instead of, like, I don't want to, like talk trash, but, like, you know what I mean? The people who are just like, I just want to be in a relationship, and, like, that's their whole personality. That ain't you, honey. And the Magician. So the last card coming through is one, to know your own magic and your own power. You've spent so much time, and this is a beautiful way to close out this reading. You've spent so much time working on yourself, bettering yourself, working through your shadows, and this is the beginning of a brand new journey. There was a message from a previous reading that I was saying it feels as if, like, you've gone as far as you can by yourself, but that doesn't necessarily mean you need to get into a relationship to make more progress. There are forces moving to your life, and this is like, for you, you're watching this, you know, and you want love in your life. You know, and you can feel somebody coming towards you. It feels very strongly that this is somebody brand new. A new love is coming your way. That's probably going to be the title of this video. But yeah, it feels fresh, a breath of fresh air, a gust. It's like this breeze comes and blows all the windows, the shutters open, and, like, clears out all the dust, and it's just refreshing. This love is going to be so refreshing. It'll be like what you've always been hoping and dreaming for. That's what I'm really, really feeling. But we're getting double Magician, so it's like you being in your own mastery and in your own power. That is the key takeaway. That you're the decider. You're the one. 24/24 that just happened on the clock. You are the decider. You're the one that gets to choose what is for you and what does not slide in this scenario, in this environment. All right. Let's thank the angels, the deities of the light, and all that call us to our higher good. I want to say thank you, bestie, for being here and watching this whole video. I love you so much. Until next time, bye.